Hi, I'm Nick DiCiaccio with TE Systems, and I have some great news to announce. TE Systems has released version 3.16 of anynode. This version of anynode was designed to meet a variety of new government regulations and is based on feedback from our large community of anynode users and also from the communication experts within TE Systems. Anynode 3.16 incorporates advances in security, usability, and supporting technologies, implements the most recent security recommendations, and also integrates the latest specifications to interoperate with Microsoft Teams direct routing. Anynode 3.16 also gives greater monitoring capabilities. The goal of this version of anynode is to mitigate the risks associated with the wider adoption of cloud computing technologies. Of course, we need to do this without compromising anynode's ease of usability and maintenance. The most important new features are user management, certification for Microsoft Teams direct routing, media bypass support for Microsoft Teams direct routing, improved connection to Microsoft Teams direct routing, an improved trace analyzer, and improved usability. We're now going to have a look at some of these great new innovations.
The new anynode user management feature is an answer to a heightened need for security, data protection, and privacy. With our user management capabilities, you can add multiple user accounts to your anynode installation, each with its own password and other accessibility settings. You may also change the settings for your existing accounts. Role-based access control restricts access based on a user's role within an organization. Employees who are using anynode are only allowed to access the parts of the anynode front end that are necessary to effectively perform their particular responsibilities. In addition, access to the anynode front end can be limited to specific tasks, such as the ability to view, create, or modify settings in anynode. It is possible to use built-in roles with predefined access, such as the call history exporter. Custom roles are used to fulfill the special needs of your company and can be customized easily. For environments in which it is not desirable to give a user the ability to change configurations or to view monitor mode data, you can give access for that user so they can only view the user interface and configuration with read-only access. In the user management configuration, you can add, edit, or delete user accounts and get an overview of all created users. The user's state can be defined in enabled, or the user can be disabled. It is also possible to define permissions for each user. Integrated web server authentication uses the login credentials of the currently logged on user to access the anynode front end. As a default, authentication via the login credentials is enabled with an admin with a blank password. If you are using the security elements for the first time, you will be prompted automatically to change a password. As a default, wrong and admin passwords will be prompted with an increasing blocking time. You will get a pop-up window with a summary of failed login attempts since your last successful login. Users will get plain gray inactive buttons for areas with no access allowed. This will help to have a quick overview of areas you don't have access to. If you would like another access area created for you, reach out to your admin and they can give access. It is good practice to routinely change your password to protect data even when you think you have a safe environment. The new Change Password dialog makes it easy to change the password without typos, as you can make typed entries visible. Most users tend to choose easy-to-remember common passwords that are too simple to be truly effective and can be easily hacked or guessed at. To keep your anynode installation safe, it takes both an exhaustive process for a strong password and a user-friendly password management solution. Anynode provides a password policy setup, i.e. a set of rules which are created by your organization to increase security by encouraging anynode users to create secure and reliable passwords. It is also possible to use a password policy that doesn't allow the user's name or parts of the user's full name, such as their first name. You can also set a login policy. The main benefit of the login policy function is to prevent a brute force break-in to the system. By limiting the successive number of bad login attempts and minimum blocking durations between login attempts for a set amount of time, you can prevent unauthorized users from gaining entry into the anynode system. In the case of too many failed login attempts, users have to wait a specific amount of time to try again. Certification from Microsoft Teams Direct Routing. With Direct Routing, you can connect anynode to almost any SIP trunk or connect with a third-party PBX equipment. Microsoft only supports a phone system if a certified device or devices are connected via Direct Routing. We are proud to announce anynode being officially certified by Microsoft for Direct Routing after comprehensive tests were conducted via a third-party certification lab. This gives our customers the added benefit of worldwide Microsoft support services because a certified device, anynode, is connected to the phone system via Direct Routing.
Media bypass support from Microsoft Teams Direct Routing. Anynode supports media bypass with Microsoft Teams Direct Routing. This has the benefit of the media remaining local between anynode and the Microsoft Teams client with minimal delay in a direct routing scenario, instead of sending all media traffic via the Microsoft phone system in the cloud. The media path is optimized for the best experience. Please see the green media path in the chart. You need to be sure that you've enabled media bypass in the Office 365 cloud. For connectivity checks and finding the optimal media path, anynode supports ICE.
Improved connection to Microsoft Teams Direct Routing. The anynode Node Interconnection Assistant contains all required parameters for a successful Microsoft Teams configuration and strives to keep configuration as simple as possible. Some defaults for Microsoft Teams Direct Routing have been changed to improve connectivity and to ensure that the configuration conforms to Microsoft's standards. New specific Microsoft Teams certificates. A certificate chain is always needed in addition to the single certificate. These certificates can be added to the list in the Node Interconnection Assistant. Some validation certificates are already provided by anynode, and these are listed here. The new version contains various Microsoft Teams specific certificates. If not, you have to add them via the Add button. Optimized connection points for direct routing. The connection points for Microsoft Teams Direct Routing are the following 3 FQDNs. Anynode will place these 3 FQDNs in the ideal order to provide failover to a data center that is experiencing an issue during a connection from anynode. The global FQDN must be tried first. Improved Trace Analyzer. The Trace Analyzer can analyze SIP signaling flows in order to troubleshoot issues quickly and effectively when using anynode within your VoIP infrastructure. The user-friendliness of the Trace Analyzer has been improved to make this tool even more powerful. The three-way signaling view has been extended to allow more parties to be displayed at the same time. Each IP address and the ports of the involved peers can be viewed. Additionally, you can see the used protocol. In the display named System, you see an overview of the configuration of anynode. These include various global settings, nodes, and routes, and licenses and certificates installed. There is some more diagnostic information to see now, such as information about enabled firewalls, whether anynode was installed on a virtual machine, and quality of service or QoS information. QoS helps to manage packet loss, delay, and jitter on your network infrastructure. You can change the 24-hour clock in to a 12-hour clock as well, i.e. a time convention in which the 24 hours of the day are divided into 2 periods, AM and PM. Change your time format to suit your needs. You can view an additional column for the Use Transport Protocol in the session's detailed information. New VoIP provider templates. As it always has, the Node Interconnection Assistant in the Configuration Wizard saves you time and does most of the configuration work for you by providing numerous predefined system profiles of VoIP providers, PBXs, and other voice-over IP systems. Some new provider profiles have been added, such as multinational internet company MyRepublic. Usability improvements. More details on the start page. The optimally arranged structure of the anynode front end will provide you with some more details about used firewalls and last logins of your user account. Regularly auditing users' last login dates is an efficient way to prevent them from turning into bait for attackers. You can also check if anynode is running in a virtual environment. Selection of operating system time zone. You can select the time zone of the operating system. This is especially useful if anynode is running on a little accelerated processing unit or APU that combines CPU and GPU onto a single chip. You do not need to set up an extra remote connection to that GPU. You will get some more configuration options here in the future, like the definition of the hostname or the domain of the APU. User details in the event log. You can view all the events having occurred on your anynode under Events. For example, restarts of anynode services such as the anynode monitor service will be logged here. The new user action logging is useful if you want to know what events might indicate an attempt to compromise your system or an unsanctioned configuration changed. File type filter. You may use the facility to upload the type of files expected when restoring a saved configuration with the anynode configuration import assistant. The new file type filter will now prompt a message if the file is not a correct anynode configuration file. New header shortcut. The trace display in the front-end header is now equipped with a shortcut function. This makes it possible to directly jump to this often used function without having to navigate through the menu. The status display allows you to observe if a trace recording is running or not. Support of open and transparent Adopt Open JDK community. Oracle will no longer provide free public updates of Java SE8 for commercial use after January 2019. We actively support the open source community with Java user group members, Java developers, and vendors who are advocates of OpenJDK, the open source project which forms the basis of the Java programming language and platform. As a Java runtime environment, the VM from https://adoptopenjdk.net is now included. Node icons. As you move the mouse over the icons displayed in the object bar, the text of an added node in the Objects section will be displayed below. This allows faster access to important comments and notes when the bar is already collapsed in the structure. Multiple admin users can centrally report on configuration changes.
As I don't need to tell you, after seeing this video and detailing these great new features of anynode, you can't wait to try it out. First, please ensure that your license has a valid software upgrade service on it. If you're unsure, you can always ask us. This is so you can upgrade to anynode 3.16 to take advantage of all these fantastic new features. You can also request a free trial version of anynode, which is not limited in its function, from the website anynode.de, or you can write us an email to sales@te-systems.de to request a free trial. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope that it has been informative. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful day, and we know that you're going to love the new anynode.